Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are tackling something that I feel like I can never get a handle on, and that is my pantry. So I actually have two areas that we basically use as pantry space. My normal or just regular smaller pantry is actually behind us. We're going to be tackling that as well. But this pantry is one that no matter what I do, I just can't seem to get a handle on it. So I would love for this pantry to be utilized as a complete pantry. However, what tends to happen is that we put so many of our small kitchen appliances and things on these shelves, and so as you can see, our canning jars only have like a certain amount of space. I've got some canning jars up here, I've got some canned goods up here, and I really want to be able to utilize this space a lot better than I have in the past. There's some stuff in here that shouldn't even be in here, but I really want to be able to move some things around and use this space for what it's actually supposed to be utilized for. I have, like over here, we have our little hanging things for our mop and our broom, like our, you know, just kind of quick floor mop and then broom. And then I have some of my canning lids over here. And so I think this will probably stay over here. But as far as everything else that's in here, I really need to go through and get this organized in a way that will work best for my family. So one of the things that I'm planning to do is I actually have a wire shelf that I'm going to be putting in here. I don't know if I'll put it on this side or this side over here, because sometimes we put our, well, typically our trash can goes in here as well. But I think that that wired shelf will actually help me with extra space for some of these appliances and different things I have, because I actually have the bulk of my appliances at the top of my cabinets, like my top cabinets area or cabinet area. So really just getting things out of here, stuff that we're not using, stuff that we can move somewhere else and make this space a better use of space, because that's what it's supposed to be. So yes, friends, this is the pantry or the storage area. I'm gonna say pantry because I actually have a sign that says pantry up top. But this is the space that could get so much more use. But it's honestly right now just a hold all. But this is actually the space that I had in one of my previous videos. You guys could see like a small portion of it, and I had some of you guys say, well, we can see the pantry, but we can't really see what's going on in the pantry. So I'm going to show you what's going on in the pantry, but first I want to show you my other pantry and just show you some of my thoughts with that as well. So part of what I'm going to go ahead and do is, like, as you can see with this shelf, it's kind of hard, y'all, so I hate to keep picking up the camera, but it's kind of what I'm going to have to do. But as you can see, the smaller stuff I'm putting in these containers. I'm going to go ahead and take the pasta out. I have so many boxes of pasta that have already been opened. Some of the same type of pastas that I can go ahead and put in the same box. But what I do know is that this pasta needs to go ahead and be used up. There's nothing wrong with the pasta. It's just I need to go ahead and use it. So then what I'm going to do is, like, you know, things like this, my Sure Gel, my pectin and things like that. I want to go ahead and get those. And some of these chip bags, it's only like 1 or 2 chips, but it's time for them to be thrown out. All right. And see, I have these beans, like these that I can can up, these that I can can up. So I really need to get some recipes and get those canned. All right, so just moving all of my pasta and things that honestly can just be moved. Got some ranch seasoning. That can make a good recipe for chicken. All right, so got some more pasta. Now these bags of pasta, I will actually put in these containers. I don't have many of these, but they fit well into this container. All right, put this here because I use that a lot. We have that. And then I've got a jar of pasta sauce that I didn't even know I had. Again, that's why you need to clean your pantry out. Alright, and this container, I'm not even sure what this is for, but I can use it for something. See, this is another box of open pasta that needs to be used. Whew. Okay, I'm going to clean this shelf off. So I have my little handy flannel unpaper towels that I made that work perfect for projects like this. And then I'm going to use my dry one. We've got, see, this is looking so much better already, y'all. Like, this is just to move some stuff around is so much better. Like, you don't realize, honestly, you don't realize the space you have until you start moving stuff around. All right, so I think I'm gonna put this over there, move that up, and try to put the majority of my sauces up here. I don't know if you guys have ever eaten this, but it's delicious. It's Captain Rodney's. It's like a glaze that we absolutely love. We typically make dips from that every single Thanksgiving, and it's always a hit. All right, so I have a bunch of like nuts, walnuts, granola that I really don't want to throw out because I feel like I can utilize it for something. So I'm gonna leave that there. More pasta. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is move the pasta over to my bigger pantry because it makes more sense to me. We've got bread flour that I need to go ahead and put in a container and get this used up. We'll for sure use that. And I think I'm just going to like use this bottom shelf for all of my canned goods. So we'll move all of this stuff down. I'm trying really hard not to like for one of these cans to hit my toe. Alright, so I have that moved down. And then I think I can put some condiments here. Y'all, why we have like 3 or 4 jars of peanut butter when really my husband is the only one that eats it is beyond me. I have no clue. Like, but again, that's what happens when you really don't take inventory of what's in your food storage. And if anything, this pantry challenge is really teaching me that before we go to the grocery store, we really need to take inventory of what we have here because it could really save us from buying a ton of different, or a ton of the same things. All right, so more breadcrumbs, honey. I don't even know what this is. Oatmeal. Put it in here. more pasta. Look, these are, if not brand new, like not open, they are really like barely used. It's craziness. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at this. I'm gonna put my this sauce in the front so that I can go ahead and get that used up. There's peanut butter. Insane. Insane. Alright, so then I have my sprays. I have some masa masa. What do you do with this other than make tortilla shells? Maybe I need to just, because I don't even know if this is, it's expired. Can you use it? It's expired? I don't know, y'all. Alright. There's nothing in here. So I'm going to use this jar for something else. Okay. Let's see what this is. Brand new. All-purpose flour. I actually need to refill my flour container, so that'll be perfect. Now I do have a flour container in my flour in my 5-gallon bucket, but I'll go ahead and put that in there to get it used up. All right, friends, so the easiest way for me to kind of show you what I've done is to just kind of turn the camera around here. So as you can see up top, we have some of our things that we would use for like baking, cornmeal, different stuff like that, some cereal over here. We have our shelf with kind of our condiments and different things like that. Of course, this shelf down here is kind of a Mod Podge of items. And then if you go down, we have canned goods at the bottom. Now, I am about to just kind of sort this. Like I said, I'm wanting to be able to put most of these items over into our bigger pantry area if we're able to. However, honestly, there's nothing else that needs to go at the bottom, so I may just leave it the way it is and just kind of organize it a little bit. But this already feels so much better. You can see how much more organized it is. And then we just have like our spaghetti noodles up top, but that gives me space to put some things up there if I need to. So, yeah, so much better. So, okay, let's finish the bottom of this, and then I'm going to bring you guys along for the pantry redo of the other storage pantry and just kind of get that stuff cleaned out as well. So now we have moved over to the big project. Now, I don't think this is going to take a whole lot of time, but what I'm basically going to have to do is bring everything out of this pantry. We have a toaster here that I don't even know that we don't even use it. So I may go ahead and give that away because it's taking up a lot of space. It's a toaster oven. So once I get all of that out, then we will start bringing in the pasta, the boxes of pasta, put those on the shelves. And some of these things, like our these water dispenser things. We use those for the holidays, and typically they're in our outside shed once we get them cleaned up. So these boxes shouldn't even be in here. But you know, as far as like my canner, I use my electric canner a whole lot. And so I definitely want to make sure that I have a space for that, but I think that space will be better. And this is the shelf that we're going to be using. It's just a black shelf that I had in my craft room that I don't use anymore. So I'm going to be putting that over here, or probably over here, and putting the majority of those small appliances on there. And that's just going to really help us out a whole lot. So some of the stuff we just don't use, and I would rather take it out, see what we're using, what we're not using, go ahead and get rid of it, and just go from there. And that'll give us so much more space in here. I have this huge bowl, this metal bowl, or stainless steel bowl, and I don't know if anyone else has this. It's perfect for making big, like, you know, if you're making something really big. It's perfect for taking out for like harvesting and everything, but it is definitely not practical in my kitchen. I don't really have a space for it. So my craft room, I use it, but I don't use it often. So I think I'm just gonna move that into that craft room closet and just bring it out when I need it. That way that can free up space, because what tends to happen is, as you can see here, I don't know if you guys can see, but let me bring you in here. It literally just begins to be the hold all. No matter how many times I get in here and clean this out, it just becomes the hold all, and everything goes in that bowl, and it gets lost in there. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. Really just going through cleaning things out, getting it all going. I may end up needing to put a mask on, because as I'm moving this stuff, dust is going everywhere, and I don't want to be sneezing all day. So if you see me with a mask as I'm going, it's because of that. But anyway, we're just cleaning, getting things organized, and this is necessary. I know that a lot of people think of a pantry challenge as a way to just utilize the food that you have, but when you really think about it, in order for you to even get to that food, you really need to be organized. Like, I have a cabinet down here that's kind of like a pantry space for me, because it's where I put a lot of my canned goods, but right now I have a whole bunch of my jars in here. So it would be nice to be able to bring the majority of those jars into here some kind of way. But before I can do that, I have to get everything cleaned and moved around to where it's functional in here. So that's what we're creating, a functional area. Already looks so much better to have jars of food that I can actually see. So I'm going to say again that we have some jars down here that I really like to get moved over here. Some jars of food that I really need to get under there and check and see what we have. Once I get this a little bit more cleared out, then I'm going to go ahead and get that out from under there. So this is just so much better, y'all. I love it so much. something that I've had for years. Never used it, y'all. Never used it. I really need to use that this year. So if you use it for anything, let me know what you use it for. Alright, so this is what we have so far. We were able to get the majority of our canned goods on this top shelf, and then the rest of them down here. Hopefully you guys can see this. We got all of that, all of the boxes of pasta in here, and then also the pasta that we have in our glass jars. I am trying my best to keep as much off of the floor as possible. So there's still a mess over here, you just can't see it. And then this shelf we have in here, I think this is perfect. As you can see, we put all of our small appliances on here and just other things that we just kind of had everywhere, and I think this is going to work great. Still gives us room to get in here, gives me room to get my trash can in here. And we try to keep our trash can in because we don't want the dog to get in it, and because we prefer to just kind of have it in a closed-in place. So that is what we have in here. Now I may move a couple of other things in here. I don't know if I can put them somewhere else. That's what I'm going to try to do. But this feels so much better, just to be able to get our pantries organized into, you know, even with the pasta, I put all of the pasta that's already open that needs to be used up quickly, I put those in the front. So we'll be able to kind of go through those a little bit quicker. Salsa, I had all of my salsa in that bottom cabinet that I was talking about. I thought that we only had 1 jar of salsa left, and we actually have 5 jars of salsa left. I didn't realize that we had more tomato products up here. And of course we have a lot of potatoes that we're going to try to go through, but this just looks so much better. And then this gives me more room to be able to put our canned goods up for the upcoming season. And then what I'm hoping to get, I really think that I have room for, like, if I pull this down some, or if I pull it this way, I think I'll have another space, like more space to put another one of these shelves like the same size as this. So that may actually help. I really can't get a shelf any taller because, as you can see, this kind of goes down under a dip because it's actually under the our stairwell, so, or stairwell. But anyway, this works perfect, and we're just going to use this for whatever canning products we need to put in here, and we'll just go from there. I may be able to find some little shelving space, like the little shoe shelving thingies or something that we could put under here or in around here, just in case we need more canning space. And we do still have space at the top of our cupboards to where we can put canned goods up there. I just prefer to not put them up there because I really feel like I'll forget about them, and I have to use a ladder to even get up there. So I'd rather have them a little bit closer, but I'm really happy with the progress. It's going to take some time for me to get the things that I pulled out, which I don't have a ton of things. It's just things that need to go out into the shed or into another place in our house. But having this done makes all the difference. And again, I was able to clean out that bottom cabinet. And so I wish that I'd taken a really good before shot, but I feel like you guys were able to kind of see the before, but this works perfect. So I definitely encourage you guys, if you are part of this pantry challenge, or even if you're not, if you are preserving food, whether it is preserving food for, or you know, with your garden, or whether it's preserving food that you buy in bulk at the store. I had someone comment on one of my videos and was just talking about how they didn't have like a big garden and they didn't preserve from their garden, but they bought things in bulk. Listen, you can buy things in bulk and, you know, preserve them that way. Everything that I use or preserve, I don't buy or I don't grow in my garden. You know, my salsa, it's not something I prefer to buy canned tomatoes and make a huge batch. However, I've never really had a good sauce tomato harvest, so that may change, and I'm hoping and praying that in the upcoming garden we have plenty of sauce tomatoes, and that may change my mind. And then also, you know, mushrooms that I told you guys that we absolutely love. My husband was just telling me this morning that we need to get more mushrooms. Those came from the store, and I just bought them when they were 99 cents a pound, and I was able to can those up. So I had 12 pounds of mushrooms. Now I know that 12 pounds of mushrooms didn't last us very long, but it was perfect for our family because I think we went through them in a matter of probably about a month. So anyway, just use what you got. Do what you have with what you have. It doesn't have to be what everyone else does. If you can just jar up chicken broth, chicken stock, turkey stock from a turkey that you bought from the store, do that. So I'm excited. I'm happy to have some organization going on. I'm glad that this idea that I had a while ago, putting this shelf in here, worked perfectly. And so I think we're off to a really good start for this year. So anyway, guys, I thank you so much for being here. I know that today was just kind of a Mod Podge of showing you inside my pantry. It's not perfect. I know this video is probably not going to be perfect because I was really trying to get the work done. And so I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that this encourages you to really go through some of the things you have, move them to the forefront. And unfortunately, you know, get rid of some things that you've had for a while that may have gone bad and that you just haven't gotten to. Or if it's still good and you're not going to use it, give it to someone else and bless them to where they have it, you know, and they can use it. So anyway, I appreciate you guys so much for being here. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you when we are back in the kitchen or the garden. Bye, friends.